Hello everybody and welcome back to my guide on Outlast Trials. So this guide basically runs over, if this is going to be your first video or this is going to be a part of the full guide, we'll be running over all the basics, all the maps, all the modifications, amps, rigs, pharmacy, everything you can think of that could help you on this map. All speedrunning tips and tricks, techs. I will be going through all of it. And oh wow, look at that. Jeez, almost 30,000 already. So I will be going over today, probably amps. Amps are something that, in my opinion, are very, 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 very broken currently. Not in the sense like over broken, but in the sense that they are game changing. And I probably will actually be going over pharmacy today too, because there aren't many amps in the game. So when you first unlock amps, you'll be level 10, and each one costs 3 green tickets, which are up here. And the first one you're going to get is slippers. And being the first one, coincidentally, is literally probably one of the best. It prevents any noise when you walk on I almost said grass. I wish I was touching grass. Glass. So this prevents any, and I mean any type of glass on the floor. Anywhere in each trial, any trial you play, you will not make any noise stepping on glass, which is amazing. I can't tell you how quick it makes a trial. Me personally, for a lot of groups that I play with, we all speedrun, is slippers. Slippers is something that's needed because you can run through so many obstacles and just not have to stop even once. Because you see glass in the ground, you're like, oh, whoop, don't gotta stop. I can just run right through. It's very, very good. The next one is hide and breathe. In a hiding spot, stamina recovery begins immediately. So the hiding spot ones, I don't really like. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of them. I kind of hate them. I don't really suggest hiding unless it's like super needed or unless you feel that scared, which, you know, even times I get so panicked I hide because I'm like, God, I don't know what to do. This guy won't get off me, like say a grunt. But a lot of people I would recommend to use these would be probably in something like Naked and Afraid. Because in Naked and Afraid, you'll probably be hiding, or you can combo it with another perk called Hide and Heal, which in a hiding spot, health regeneration begins immediately, which is pretty good. Especially in something like Naked and Afraid, where there's no healing in the whole trial except one bottle you have and the confidential door. But these two hide perks, I would say, if you're going to run one, you're going to want to run the other, because it kind of wouldn't make sense to, you know, have one and not the other, because it's hiding. You'll get double value out of the amps. So, next one is pretty self-explanatory. It's Cacophony. Bricks and bottles are noisier, making them better distractions for enemies. So, I don't think bricks even make noises currently. I've never actually tried this amp, but I'm guessing if you do equip it, then maybe bricks might make like some sort of noise to distract something. Bottles are noisier, which I don't know how noisy it can be, because bottles are already pretty good distraction, but that's a big reason why I kind of don't find a use for this, because bottles are already so good that I just feel like I don't really need to use this, especially for a brick, because bricks are just way better at stunning enemies than bottles are, especially if you do not have the perk below it, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this overall, if you have a more stealthy you know, play style, you don't really want to focus on a stun, then go ahead and slot this. I can't see it being both good or bad, to be honest. I feel like it's just a very middle perk. Double doses. I would recommend this for any new team. If you're running Project X, and, you know, you guys have a habit of going down, you know your teammates pretty well, you know your group that you play with pretty well, syringes can be used twice. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's not much to really talk about here. It's not too bad. You know, it can save you in a trial, but if people are really going down that much, you know, you might want to go back to the drawing board. But if you feel confident with it, go ahead and use it. But I personally don't feel like this is worth an amp spot. Hide and heal, we just talked about this one. That needs to be paired with hide and breathe. So this one essentially just health regeneration starts. Now, it does not regenerate all of your health. It regenerates 1 bar of health. Let that be known, because I feel like a lot of people see health regeneration in this game and they automatically think it means fully regen their health. That is not the case. It will only regen a single bar that it is on. And if that bar is completely empty, it will not heal it. So there needs to be at least a little bit of red, either like 1%, 2% in that bar in order for this to proc and actually heal a bar. So just let that be known. Very, very situational perk. You can get away with this with some trials, but I would say ones that hit way harder, I wouldn't really use this. Strong Arm. Now, Strong Arm is an incredible perk. This perk, it turns bricks into mini stun rigs and bottles into bricks. This, oh man, there's so much just value in this amp that it's incredible. Bricks will literally knock an enemy down to the ground, and it will take them a while to get back up. It's pretty good. And bottles will just kind of stun for a bit longer. So it actually makes bottles viable as also a throwing tool and a distraction tool. So this is why I prefer Strong Arm over Cacophony, because bricks being a like smaller version of a stun rig is just amazing. But let this be known that, you know, giants still eat anything you throw at them like it's nothing. Like, they don't get heavy stun. But say like a grunt or like the night vision guy, you throw a brick at him, he will be on the ground. Or even Dr. Skinner, he will be on the ground for quite a bit. So it will give you a lot of time to run away. And honestly, he probably wouldn't even be able to chase you by the time he gets back up, because it takes so long. Noise reduction. This is probably, I would say, on par with Slippers. And I would say noise reduction and Slippers are easily the most goated right now. Absolutely amazing amp. Like, really, really broken. Reduce noise from running and opening doors. Now, when I first saw this, I was very skeptical. I was like, alright, but how much is it going to reduce? Like, I understand the opening doors. It can reduce, you know, sound from opening doors. Okay, big fucking whoop. But the noise reduction from running, I cannot tell you how many times I have ran so close to an enemy, like almost brushed up against them, and they didn't even hear me. And I was full sprint running behind them. The noise reduction you get from running is extremely worth it, because you can blast through a trial. If all 4 of you are using this, you can blast through a trial with this. Noise reduction is amazing. I heavily recommend it. I feel like this is something that everyone should have slotted, including even Slippers. Although, you know, if you're good with awareness, you really don't need Slippers. But noise reduction, I gotta say, it's a must equip. I would say out of everything, it's a must equip. It is just, God, it is amazing. There's not much more I could really explain with this. Like, this perk is the reason why I'm able to speedrun Project X. Let's say that. Like, it gives you that window to just speedrun so quickly with it. Quick Escape. After taking damage, temporarily increase your stamina and speed. I have not tried this. I imagine this is pretty good, but the only thing that really puts me off of it is after taking damage. You kind of don't want to be risking taking hits, especially because some will have prime asset, which will instantly just make this not usable with certain, like, enemies on the map. Or even in the very last trial, the exam of Project X, you're going to be taking like 3 bars of damage. And then what do you get out of it? An increased stamina and speed? It's like, you know, it's not really like crazy worth it. It's probably way better if you want to speedrun like lower trials, like, I would say probably anything out of Project X would probably be pretty good, actually. But other than that, it's a middle perk. It's okay, but it's also not crazy. Antitoxin. Antitoxin, in my opinion, is it can be really good if they ever fix psychosis, because right now psychosis is really broken. Like, most of the time, I purposely make myself psycho because you can run through traps. You can set off every mine in one psychosis streak. Like, you can just keep running, set off everything, and enemies won't even chase you. So, very high, like, population of enemies in a single map. Like, say, Fun Park, when you're trying to do the games, if there's enemies all nearby and you're just trying to get to the game, trigger a mine, make yourself psycho, run right to it, nothing will chase you. You will get right by with no issue. So I do think they are going to nerf psychosis quite a bit because it can be abused to a pretty gnarly point. And the fact that you're using heal rig or an antidote on you, you can just skip past everything and then use an antidote or heal rig and you're fine. But if they ever do fix psychosis and make it so enemies still will chase you, I would definitely say that this might be pretty good. But for now, it's not even worth the slotting, just because being psycho is so strong right now. The invulnerability period you get from it is just so good. Well, that is all 9 amps. If you want a recommended build for, you know, really trying to speedrun through a trial, I would say Slippers, Strong Arm, and Noise Reduction. If you want one for Naked and Afraid and you have more of a stealthy build, I would definitely say Hide and Breathe, Hide and Heal, and Cacophony. And if your friends are dying a lot, double doses. Quick Escape, I wouldn't even touch, because you don't want to be taking damage, period.
Pleasure doing business.
So now we'll move on to Pharmacy. Pharmacy is something that I would say is probably going to be either nerfed, and if it's not, then
I hope I have something
good for us. So tier 1, well, you know, has decent perks. They're nothing like crazy. Kick the Help is amazing. Run and Smash Doors is okay. So you got instant use here. Hold down Interact to use an item instantly rather than adding it to your inventory. Me personally, I use this all the time. I think this is like the best perk out of all of tier 1. I mean, then again, Kick to Help is also like really good. I would say either Kick to Help or instant use. Slide, you slide while you're running. You just press crouch. Regeneration, a small amount of health with will regenerate after a short delay. Not too bad. It's only, again, it's 1 bar though. It's nothing like too serious. Self-defense technique. You can use a bottle or brick from your inventory to quickly escape a Pouncer's grasp. I kind of don't recommend doing this. You want to save your bricks and bottles. Unless you're like really near death, then go ahead and use it. If you get hit by a grabber, especially on higher trials, like Program X trials, those grabbers can do a lot of damage. So you need to use it, you use it. Kick to Help is amazing. You can prevent so much with this. Like, say Coil or Mother grabs your friend from behind. Before they even take damage, you could kick them right off them. You can save them literally all their bars of health. And that wastes even more time for Mother or Coil to do anything or to chase anyone. Just let it be known, though, when you do kick them, they will be locked onto you. So you gotta run immediately. Lifesaver, you can kick enemies to stop them from executing your friends. Again, really good. This prevents any executions, so it will return them to the bleed out bar, so they're still able to be picked up without a syringe, which is pretty good if you're able to prevent it. Run and Smash Doors, you can instantly open doors while running, but locked doors will be cracked. So, this isn't terrible. I think it's just good. Like, that's it. I don't think there's much to really talk about. It's there. It's good. So, let's talk about Tier 2. Tier 2 in my opinion, I think some of these are going to get nerfed. Because some of them are borderline just absolutely busted. Expanded inventory for a total of 4 slots. It's good. You know, it's in my opinion, more balanced than a lot of these. Door basher, break through locked doors with just 2 hits. It's okay. You know, it's fine. Honestly, I really do enjoy this one. It saves a lot of time when you're being chased if there is locked doors, especially when you have the modifier barricaded doors. So, it's not too bad. Breaching technique. Bashing no longer depletes stamina. This is amazing. This right here, amazing. This is something you're going to want to get. No longer deplete. I need that to be known how just important stamina is in this game, especially if you're going to be speedrunning. Because if you're speedrunning, you're going to be in constant chases. Like, there will very rarely be a point where you're going to have to play very stealthy. This is just amazing. Anything that does not touch your stamina or changes someone to not touch your stamina is amazing. Speed boost, broken. You run so much faster with this. Endurance, broken. Reduce stamina consumption while running. So good. You can run for so long. You can do so much more. Athlete, increase maximum stamina. And this is where I think it will get nerfed. Because, you know, they're adding increased maximum stamina and decreased stamina consumptions. I do think that they may take out endurance maybe. Just because increasing stamina and then speed boost, you can run for quite some time. You can run for quite a while. And if you know pathing well, you can really utilize it. Reduce stamina consumption for jumping and climbing. Again, amazing. Anything that touches your stamina and that helps it, it's just amazing. Night vision battery life extended. This might be the worst one in all of tier 2. I don't really see a difference with this. It's okay, I guess. I really haven't been able to tell a difference. Heavy training, in my opinion, is a must-have. This was the first thing I leveled up when I got to tier 2. Increase movement speed when carrying large objects. This was just amazing. Along with all the other stamina perks, amazing. You can carry a gas canister or a wooden child so quickly across the map with this. So I would highly recommend getting this first if you plan on running, especially Project X, because you will be carrying a lot of stuff between bleach bottles, gas canisters, and wooden dolls. So let it be known, like, it's just my opinion that I think some of these need to get nerfed just because, you know, they're just so insanely game changing when they're all put together.
You're so brave.
But that is basically all of the amps and pharmacy. If you want my recommendation, you want to hit pharmacy first.
So,
You want to
what do
get
you wanna try
these
today?
tier 2 perks, every single one of them, as fast as possible. Because, honestly, I would even say to a
I'll be
point,
praying for you.
you know, get your first rig upgrade, and that's it. That's all you're going to want to get. Other than that, I would
hope
say
I have something that can help.
instantly start going into pharmacy. Pharmacy is just so godly good right now, as if it is just, you know, it's just game changing. It really, it feels so good to have all of these, like, compared to when you first start.
You behave
So,
now.
hope this helps someone understand amps and, you know, what to kind of focus on a bit better. Next, I'll probably go over rigs. And I'll probably display, like, what different types of rigs do. Or I'll just explain them. But, you know, that's for another video. So, anyways, I hope you did enjoy watching. Like, comment, subscribe if, you know, any of this stuff helped you. And, yeah, see you in the next video. I love you all. Bye-bye.